Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-dudes.com, and we're getting into magic. We're no longer a home brewing channel on YouTube. It's all about, what is this?
Wave the mash pad.
So I'm getting ready to come over to Mike's house, and he texts me. He's like, yep, I had to take a few more minutes to prepare. So I just want you to get your mind in the right place because we have a triangle test set up. And so I walk down to good old Studio Z, and I see this on the table, and I think to myself, all right, what are we doing here? So I'm just going to stop right there, and I'll let Mike take over, because I don't know what the heck's going on.
Okay, we can take the things off.
We can?
I just don't want to.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Oh, wow.
So we're not triangling
that's
some
not beer, man. I'm really disappointed. So vodka, it's vodka-dudes.com.
Yes. So there's two variables.
I see A,
split
B,
into
and C.
the cup, whatever. Here. Whoops, I almost spilled one. That would have been bad. That would have ended the video right there.
So we're looking at it A, B, C. Okay.
Okay.
Always be closing.
Always be closing. And so one of these has been doctored in a certain way.
Oh, jeez.
And what I'm more curious in, it doesn't really matter what the doctoring is.
No, it doesn't
But can you
matter.
taste the difference?
Can I taste the difference?
You should drive on in there and and see what you can do. So,
gee, this smells like water.
yeah, what do you know? So you have to dig deep here because it is just water and one adjustment. So
Okay, here we go.
I know which one it is, but I'm going to see if I can.
Okay.
And this is
That's A.
Yeah.
Okay, that's B.
Okay, cool.
All right, so you say that there's one.
One of these has been doctored.
One's a little bit different than the other
Yep.
two. Or other, yeah.
So just off the bat, can you detect any differences in the aroma of the waters?
Not really. I mean, it's
tough.
It's tough. Right off the bat, there's a certain
I would tell you that this is
minerally quality to A.
All three of them are tap water. Our tap water.
B is a little softer than A. C tastes like A to me, so I'm going to say B is. Yeah, that's it. B is the doctored one. Man, he's killing me.
All right, tell you what, I'll give you this step. There is no calcium chloride or gypsum used in this assessment.
Okay, but did you filter one of them? No. Okay. That was
I do not
my.
presently own a filter.
Okay.
We're going to be bloated by the time this is over. Yep. All right. So here's the deal. 'Cause I think
Unless it's A is the bigger difference. Like that's like as I taste it again. That seems to be a little bit
this test
more.
was time sensitive,
Yeah.
and reason being is
Campden tablets? No.
yes.
Really?
So cup C
Yeah.
has been treated with Campden.
Uh-huh. Okay.
A and B are straight up tap water that I poured right before you got here.
Interesting.
And sort of shook around to get, because there's a little bit of gas in the water. But if you look really closely,
Oh geez, really?
at least in my cups, it's still holding up. But if you look really closely at A or B in comparison to C, you're gonna. But as a lab guy,
You're a
there's
lab
more
guy.
bubbles
Oh,
clinging
yeah.
to the side of A and B versus C.
Interesting.
Now let me add one more variable to this.
You have like some. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's off. He's off camera. He's looking at things. Oh. All right. Oh, geez. What is this? D?
This is water that has been sitting out for
Oh, jeez.
weeks. No. This has been sitting out for about an hour or so. Now
Okay.
observe.
Yes, all the
air-
yeah.
the bubbles,
There are
right? Now-
bubbles on the
now-
side of the glass or plastic cup, as the case may be.
Yes, there it is.
That's the
In the aftertaste,
yeah.
do you get it?
A little bit of chlorine.
The chlorine is there, right? And now compare that to C.
Okay. Da da dee da da da. I gotta wait.
Yep, yep. It's tough because it's just water, and your palate's really sort of.
It's slightly different, but
I'm pretty sensitive to it.
Yeah. Okay.
This
When I went back and forth, then it's
the one that sat out finishes with a bit of like a hose water vinyl tubing thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, on that second sip, it's not there as much because we've disturbed the glass.
Yeah.
And it's, so, if you tap the glass a bit, some of the air comes out.
Huh.
And you can smell it.
All right, let me try that without making a huge mess. Yeah.
It's subtle because
It's subtle,
our
but
water
it's-
isn't super chlorinated.
No,
but it's
but it's
chlorinated
enough, yeah.
Now, on a different day, or if they did some construction down the street or something where they bump it up, or if they do maintenance on the system, it'd be a little bit higher. So the point is, that someone had in a recent comment, because I did on that beer that I did one of the last videos, 2 Campden tablets into 12 gallons. A Campden tablet, in theory, is supposed to treat 20 gallons. So I was like really overkilling it with the Campden. This has been dosed at that rate.
Huh.
So, but you can't taste the metabisulfate at that. I mean, it's 1 gram. 2 tablets is 1 gram of potassium metabisulfate. So you can't
I
really
really
taste
felt
it.
like B was I thought B was softer.
It's a trick of your mind because
Yeah.
I think you drink some water and your palate sort of relaxes open, then you drink more water and you're searching for it.
Yeah.
But I think the real clincher is when you bring in this sample,
yeah.
which almost allows you to sort of semi-concentrate the chlorine. Because I've noticed if I pour a big glass of water,
Yeah.
right, and I'm like you're hot and thirsty. You pour a big glass of water from our faucet, and you gulp down some gulps.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank God,
Yeah.
it tastes okay. Then you sit it down and you maybe watch some TV or something. And then when I take some more sips, or if I'm like take a couple more sips to go to bed,
Yep.
the chlorine is like boom. The hose water thing is right in your face.
Agreed. Yeah, and I've detected that then too, but not right now, and that's why it's like. So, one, I don't think I'm as sensitive to the chlorine as you are, and I
Yep.
think that's been. We've talked off camera
Yep.
about this, and I know that for a fact. And two, because I wasn't able to detect it in this triangle test. Is that just something that because my palate is not as sensitive than the beers, I'm not going to be
100%. Now throw malt, hops, put in half a pound of Galaxy hops into one of these things, and you're not going to pick up on that, right?
Right.
But the point is that the chlorine is in here, even though you can't taste it, because I can sort of try to coax it out.
Yeah, right.
Even though you can't taste it or it's not coming out of solution yet, it takes a little bit of time. This is the example of how it off gases.
Yeah.
Right? But the reality is the chlorine is in there and it will react with phenols from your malts, phenols from your hops.
Yeah.
Albeit, you're just going to start heating the water long before that happens. But in your mash, if you've got super chlorinated water, that'll probably be a problem. Now, we've both brewed with our tap water for a long time. I don't think we've ever been, you know what, this tastes a little bit like chlorophenols, because we just don't have that much chlorine.
We don't have that much, yeah.
So the reality is, I'm spending maybe $1 on 50 Campden tablets at a time. I'll probably keep doing it as part of my process, but the subtle, it's pretty subtle.
Yep.
Right?
So for those of the viewers out there that do have chlorine in, like they can taste it in their tap water.
Yeah.
What would the process be? You said you treated it.
If you're
with
not sure if you can,
tablet.
So
Let's start there.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what
let
is
me answer
your
that
process?
question.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is throw in. I crush up a Campden tablet just so it dissolves faster.
Yeah.
So you just crush up a Campden tablet in 5, 10, 50, 20 gallons of water, whatever it is your starting water is. If you've got buckets or whatever.
Yeah.
Put some water in buckets, add your Campden tablet, and you just need to let it sit for no time at all.
So for
especially
once
if you've got Campden in there, and you start heating the water up to strike temperature, 160, 170 degrees, you're accelerating. You're accelerating the chemical reaction between the metabisulfite and the chlorine, and you're also accelerating the off-gassing through heating. And when I do it, I'm recirculating my HLT. So I'm also agitating the liquid too, so the chlorine is being driven off. So that's the way to do it. If you want to see how strong your chlorine, if you're not sure, what I would recommend you do is take some water at home, boil it, or just bring it up to a boil, and then turn it off. Put it into maybe a cup like this or a container that's open, and chill it down back to room temperature. Or pour a glass of water from your sink, put that in the fridge, boil and heat, and then just smell them and taste them side by side, and you'll be able to see whether or not you'll probably be able to pretty pronouncedly pick out the chlorine.
And so, just because it's just getting back to what people should do. So it's like a 36-hour, 48-hour process to let the Campden tablet do its thing, or what?
Minutes.
Minutes, really.
Minutes.
Really.
I add it to the HLT while I'm heating it up.
All right, cool.
The reaction is that fast.
All right, great.
I mean, it's already sticking to the side of this cup.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this has only been out for less than an hour. So,
Yep.
no, the reaction between those things is very quick. You don't have to go that. You can put your water in your HLT the night before you brew and brew in the morning, and all the chlorine will be largely driven off.
Gone.
It's being driven off, once it
As
comes
we
out of
sit
the
here.
taps.
Yeah, okay.
So no, it's not nowhere near that long.
Cool. All right, well, maybe I'll try this, especially for, I don't know, beers that I'm trying to have a very light profile, because I think we've
That's
always
probably where
had-
you might notice it.
Yeah, because I feel like when we do dark beers, our tap water is awesome.
Yep.
When it gets to like hoppy beers or light beers, that's when I'm like, I usually get water from the store, not from my tap. I use that instead. But awesome. This was kind of cool. I know it's, you're probably watching going like, well, I wish they were talking about beer, but we're talking about beer brewing. And one of the biggest materials that you need for that is water. And, we'd like to understand what's coming out of our taps, because I think it's a big thing that people are asking. So chlorine is a problem, and I think even when we went to the conference, they said like one thing that if you have this as a problem in your tap water, remedy it before you brew something and put it into competition, because especially people who are trained to taste beer and evaluate beer, they can pick it up certainly. So so good stuff. All right, Campden tablets, minutes. It reacts in minutes, and relieves chlorine from and all the awful things that can bring to your beer. So for John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. If you've liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel, because we put up videos every week. And click on the bell for notifications. Check us out on Instagram. Brew-dudes is the Instagram profile, just in case you're into like seeing pictures of homebrew and stuff, and maybe cups of water.
Yeah, cups of water.
I'll take a picture.
All right,
and post it on the gram. All right, thanks a lot. Cheers and water on.
Brew on.